Right, here comes what if fucking Predator was in My Hero parts. I don't know, because I didn't look it up, and I'm trying a new way of recording. So, you're only gonna get the fucking, what's it called? You're gonna get the picture, or I'm gonna try and download a stream, then bring it in. I'm recording it differently from the app I usually use, which we all know is probably Mobazine. If it's not obvious, then I don't know what is. So yeah, I'm gonna get started. Where I left off last time was, well, we know, the sheetrock. He hit bedrock. He had to replace the springs on his bed, basically. And that day, I'm gonna say, Mina and Tetsuyu didn't show up in school. Yep, and what is it called? What else was I gonna do, actually? I don't remember. I tried recording this earlier this weekend. As we all know, the recording got fucked because, you know, I can't keep focus. I have a short attention span. I can pay attention to this, though, but when it comes to playing gameplay behind it, we all know my attention span is bullshit. I'm like a kid when he sees candy, or a teenager when he sees a fucking breast. And yes, I am a fucking teenager. But anyway, so it's Monday basically at school. I don't know how they do the whole school system there. I'm not even gonna look it up because I don't feel like pausing and going to look that bitch up. So I'm not even gonna do it. So I'm gonna say that I'm gonna say they just do it on Monday. And Mina and Tetsuyu don't come into class that day because, you know, they're still kind of shaking in bed after that night. Damn, Predator really did them like that. That's really fucked up. The more you think about it, just think about it. Predator bags Mina, and Tetsuyu just came over. It was like, yeah, I'm trying to see what that Predator is like. And Mina was like, you trying to do that. Okay, let's see you. I didn't know you were like that. Tetsuyu was like, ribbit, pretty much. Ribbit. There's no explanation, just ribbit. So I'm back because I went to the kitchen real quick because I was hungry, and my dumbass forgot we went grocery shopping recently. So I was sitting here thinking, oh, there's nothing to eat. I'm gonna just use the last 4 eggs. There's fucking pizza rolls in the fucking freezer. And then there's fucking the Checkers fries in the freezer. So I'm sitting here, instead of me having to make fucking eggs at 4 o'clock in the damn morning, I could have made me some fucking pizza rolls and fucking tater tots and other shit. I'm dumb as fuck. Now, mind you, I'm just dumb as hell. Could have made it easier on myself, but no. Had to fucking do that. So, yeah, I'm gonna fucking continue. So, basically where I left off was Mina and Tetsuyu aren't coming to school. That's obviously, we all know why. Yeah, they legs got knocked the fuck off. Shit. Wow, that's the sauce for the girls. Just Predator, just go. I'm gonna stop there. Yeah, I'm gonna stop there. So, yeah, and if you hear the video in the background, that's, matter of fact, let me turn that down. Yep, turn that down. I'm avoiding copyright strikes more than a fucking, I'm gonna joke for avoiding shit this time. So, yeah, basically, we're in the school now, so Predator walks in, well, tired, obviously. He just destroyed 2 girls. Metaphorically and literally. So yeah, I had to pause there because I was texting. Matter of fact, with this, I'm pretty sure I can text and talk, but I'm not even about to do that. So, yeah, Predator's in school, and everyone realizes that he looks a little bit tired. Now, I don't mean like a little bit tired. I mean, he looks dead fucking tired. As in, he could not sleep. He slept like an hour before he came to school. Let's be honest here. He finished the last round off, went to sleep for like an hour, woke up for school. He was like, as much as I did, matter of fact, yeah, he came to school and passed out as soon as he walked in the classroom. waiting for the fucking class to begin. And mind you, the girls are like, oh, why the hell is he passed out like that? The boys are sitting here like, well, I mean, Mina kind of was like, you know how Mina is. He was like, Tetsuyu and Mina aren't here. He's dating Mina, and Tetsuyu isn't here along with Mina at the same time. Threesome. The boys are like, no. There's no way that could happen. There's no way. Mina, you're tripping. And then they're all started putting their collective minds together, and they're like, oh shit. And the girls did the same thing, and they're sitting there like, oh shit. And the funny thing is, you would think, oh, who out of all of them would be like that? It was Invisible Girl and fucking what's the name? What the fuck is her name? You know, Earjack Girl. Yeah, because behind people being fucking the most on point about shit is Earjack Girl next. Invisible Girl, well, half the time we don't see her because all of us made a joke about, like, some of us made a joke about that. The only reason why no one really sees her on the screen because she's a nudist, so she goes butt-ass naked in the class, and she just gets a thrill from that. Look, here's the thing. It wouldn't surprise me because he's so used to being naked. So she could legit walk around the whole town naked, and no one would ever fucking know. Think about that. No one would know that she is walking around naked in town. Just think about it. Think about it logically. No one would know, and she could just get the biggest thrill from that. She's a fucking exhibitionist, or what the hell you call them people. So, besides that, yeah, I'm gonna say she didn't decide to show up today either. And Predator, slipped up one good time, and cause he was tired, he left his door unlocked, cause he was like, Mina and Tetsuyu are here, so might as well I said Mina. Fucking, oh yeah, it is Mina, my bad. But yeah, he slips up one good time and leaves his door unlocked. Invisible Girl, being invisible, and Deku wasn't wearing his helmet at the time, sees that and basically opens his door and okay, let's see what he has here. I'm not gonna steal. I just want to see what's going on with Tetsuyu. She wouldn't know that Tetsuyu was there. What's going on with Mina and why she stays over his house so much. Now she's walking through. She's like, oh, his house isn't bad. He has many things. And I think he gets as she goes through the rooms and stuff, she's like, huh, his rooms are really empty now I think about it. And then she gets to his equipment room. He doesn't have a weapon room, surprisingly. And what else would he have? Give me a second, I have to think about that. Alright, I've come to the conclusion that he wouldn't have an armory, but what he will have is probably his own room to have his consoles and shit. So I'd say she opens that door and she's like, the fuck? Does this nigga have a whole room dedicated to vintage games? Is that an Atari? What the fuck? How the hell did he get one of those? Nintendo 64, DS, what the fuck? And then she gets to, the newer shit. She's like, how the fuck did he get when the fuck? How does he get this shit? And then, what she doesn't know is that she thinks he's rich as hell. Because, he got a whole bunch of shit. But in actuality, he builds all of that shit from scratch. And unlike the Jason one where he just robs niggas, damn. Besides the Jason one where Jason robs niggas for everything, Predator builds his shit from scratch. So he has the most powerful Xbox fucking One, whatever is gonna be around that time, if it's still at Xbox and not Microsoft owning the fucking PC industry. And he has a PS5 or whatever PS is gonna be out at that time. And he's just sitting there his even wouldn't be a PlayStation. His would be so much more powerful that other people's PlayStations would just be dog shit to him. Think about it. If he was to play Rainbow on PlayStation, he'd load in and have a minute to choose an operator while everyone else has 30 seconds. That's how A1 his shit is. His motherboard is good, his fucking RAM is beyond godly, his freaking storage is
is disgustingly good. He has like a 10 terabyte hard drive he built himself. Fucking, you can't even explain what this nigga has. And then he can buy games for days, or he can make them himself by just doing the code, which is illegal. But he's like, why not? But besides that, yeah, he has a lot of shit. It's crazy is he even modified his old shit to keep up. I mean, his new shit to keep up with his old shit. So basically, he can play fucking his Legends of Zelda, fucking Azura's, like, you know, the Twilight Princess and all that on his fucking Nintendo Switch from a fucking Game Boy 3D. Imagine that. He basically just remastered all the fucking games that cannot even be remastered, that he loved on fucking PlayStation 2, 3, all sorts of shit like that. No, 3 was dog shit. But you know what I mean. Like, he can remaster all them fucking games. And, you know, she's like, alright, now, before I start getting, like, hooked on his gaming hardware and try to run his specs, I'm gonna check the other rooms. And the next room, she sees Mina and Tetsuya passed out, butt fucking naked on his bed. I maybe should have rephrased that, but no, I'm gonna keep it 100. They are out. Their legs are shaking, panting, all that. And this is an 18 plus video, so I do not give a fuck. Anyway, if people would think, no, I'm gonna just say this.
My headphones came out.
Alright, there we go. I'm back there, back in. But people would think like, oh, Predator gets this shit sold to him like by the companies. No, he builds his shit. Even his helmet. She walked into his workshop and seen the fact that he builds a lot of shit. Like, if I had to, what's in the works for him right now is the shoulder cannon, but like she sees the early model for it, and she's looking at it like, the fuck is this? And when she tries to read the blueprint, she's like, the fuck is this still? And like, she's just like, she doesn't know what to comprehend about Jason. I said Jason. What the fuck? Jason's easy to comprehend. It's just he needs to... Yeah, I need to change something about him. Because, yeah, him being All Might like that fast is kind of... Yeah, that's kind of horrible. But besides the fact I need to change that one a little bit. She finally, as I say, she's in the bed. She sees Mina and Tetsuya. They don't see her, and she's like, damn. She even looks at the bed. She's like, how the fuck is the bed still fucking attached? And no, she's thinking that. She doesn't say that. And she just like leaves out and goes into the school. She puts her clothes on, and she's just like, comes into the classroom, and all she sees is fucking Predator knock the fuck out. Like at his desk. And she basically runs over to the other girls like a minute before class begins and starts explaining every fucking thing she saw in his fucking house, you know, like a fucking thief. And the girls are just sitting there in shock, in awe, and pretty much think he, like, Jiro, yeah, that's her name, I think. Jiro's the only person who said, like, I don't think he's rich. If you can, like, as she said, she was like, if he can do shit like that, and make that helmet, I'm pretty sure he builds his own shit. And like, you know, everyone's looking at it like, well, if you think about it, like, that helmet, if she's seen hundreds of models of it and seen blueprints of him building something, he makes his own shit. That means everything he's displayed that he has built. And, you know, Aizawa wakes up and he was like, alright, shut the fuck up, bitches, and let class begin. Predator wakes up, Predator, like, legit puts his helmet on the desk and it glows red, and he's just recording the class. And Aizawa was gonna wake him up, but he realized that, he legit just got done hunting Stain and barely had enough energy to come into class. So he gave him a free one today. He was like, "All right, kid. At least I respect the fact that you tried to come to class." And that's how you can tell a good teacher if they legit hit you with the, "All right, I can see he's recording, so at least he like tried to come into class." He could have easily just like took off from class, but he didn't. Once. Yep, I'm back. I had to figure out how to do one thing, but I think I know how to do it, so it should be fine. So, yeah, I'm gonna continue now. Basically, like, with all that being said, Aizawa basically, like, do the whole spiel, like, okay, so, there's nothing, you don't got nothing really planned for this week, so don't worry about anything happening. No, I'm gonna scratch that, because saying that means there's definitely something planned for this week. You don't announce something like there's nothing planned for this week. So I'm gonna say class goes as usual. Just every girl's like kind of staring at fucking Predator, because after after a nosy little someone just decided to sneak into his house and not do a fucking like, no, I can't even make that joke. I don't even feel like making that joke. Oh fuck, I kicked my charger out. Oh well. So after that happened, I'ma say all the girls basically look at Deku the entire time. I said Deku. Why do I keep saying Deku? Predator the entire time, kind of like if they had a staring problem. And Predator doesn't realize it, but although the boys don't really realize it, it's just Mineta who does. So he's basically questioning, like, okay, why the hell are they all staring at Predator like that, even though he's asleep, which he shouldn't. In fact, why hasn't Ida hopped on his case yet? And then Ida, like, mind you, Ida is still scared shitless of Predator, because Predator just, like, came in, went toe-to-toe with fucking Stain, and then kicked Stain in the face to knock him out. So yeah, I'd be scared too. Fractured his fucking jaw, broke ribs. There's a lot of shit. So yeah, after that's said and done, I don't see, nothing else will happen that day. Predator will wake up at the beginning of one of the last classes, like sit through the rest of the class, then put the helmet on to watch, like, the rest of the shit, then go home. He wouldn't be approached by none of the girls, because none of them really want to approach Predator after that long ass night and basically talk to him, because they're like, he probably needs his rest after all that. And as soon as he goes home, like, he realizes that, oh, okay, I left the door unlocked, I hope no one came in. Does the tracks, and he's like, oh, what the fuck? And then he starts going through his room. She's like, so no one stole anything, but someone definitely been in my fucking house, and that wasn't Mina or Tetsuyu. And then he goes to his room and then he goes up and sees that they're cooking, and then he asks him, like, hey, did you hear or see someone enter the house? And they're like, no, actually, we didn't hear anyone. Like, the whole time. We were kind of, still in a daze from, yeah. He's like, makes sense. And he checks all the rooms and realizes that nothing's gone, been touched, or is missing. He's like, okay, so it must have been someone from class who just wanted to see what the hell is going on in my fucking house. I don't mind it then. Because he could tell it was a girl's footprint, but he was like, I can't really hit a woman, so there's nothing I can do about it. I mean, yeah, he really can't do anything about it. It's Predator's code, and he doesn't know it. He kind of has a feeling like that's part of the code right there. So yeah, he doesn't really care much. And I'm gonna say a week goes by, and we know what time it is. The forest arc. Alright, so they're on the bus. Yeah, I kinda got as I said, I got a short extension, man. So I was watching a video on YouTube. That's why I stopped for like a solid 15 minutes. I forgot about it for a second, but I remember. But I just remembered the fucking arc, and I'm like, okay, so this is how I'm gonna do this. So as we all know, like, actually, yeah, the day after, like, you know, they all came in, and you know what girls do, gossip, talk. I don't give a fuck what they do, but they basically asked Tetsuya and Mina what happened, and they both just didn't lie, cause Invisible Girl and Mina was like, they basically walked over and then, yeah. When you broke into Deku's house, or walked through his door when he left it unlocked, and like, and then they all looked at Invisible Girl, and she just looked at him like, huh, you really just gonna do me like that? And they're like, well, you're the only possible one who could do it without having to worry about getting seen. And then they all say, Deku isn't mad at, Predator isn't mad at you. So don't worry about it. Yeah, I was trying to think about something to do, but I just don't know. It's just besides the fact that they would just, yeah, they talked to her. It wouldn't be violent, but yeah, they definitely talked to her. Yeah, in that talk, many things were said, not many things were done, because, you know, it's girl talk. Yeah. Anyway, let's get to the fucking story. So, here comes the fucking regular arc. And mind you, Deku wasn't aware of what was going on. So, as I say, he always carries his helmet. But he wasn't carrying his arm parts. In fact, no, he carries them too. They're just in his bag just in case. So, that's what happens is they get on the bus basically and they take off. Now, Deku finds it a little bit suspicious that they didn't say shit about it, but he realized that, okay. So the recent attacks must have them like, okay, they're basically doing shit like this. So they don't have to worry about, you know, people knowing of where they're going. Yeah, pretty much. That's what they're trying to do, is that they're trying to figure out who's doing it. Deku basically said, like, okay, that also makes sense. So, yeah. I had to crack that real quick. Wait, one second. Well, my recording stopped, so I'm gonna actually start a new one, because, you know, I had to. So, yeah, I'm gonna continue where I left off, and it left off on the bus. Now, on this bus, there are many things, mainly people. And what I'm really concerned about is they didn't get a warning about, you know, them having to get like spare clothes. Matter of fact, I must say they gave the warning to the students about, like, oh, you might want to bring clothes because we're gonna be on a trip from school. And Predator, you know, does that. You know, he doesn't really. Actually, yeah, he does that anyway. So on the trip, like, you know, they have extra clothes prepared and all that. And, yeah, basically that happens. And like usual, like, the bus ride would go as planned. No one would attack, nothing dumb would happen. Until they get there, as per usual, when shit really turns south. As in, they get tricked and thrown off a cliff. Even Predator does. He got duped even though he's smart as hell. And while he's falling, he's like, okay, well, seeing as I got tricked, it's time for me to trick back. He puts on his gauntlets and slides on the helmet, and he uses the gauntlets to you know, the claw things of his gauntlet to start, you know, breaking his fall and start sliding down the hill slower. And basically, like, he doesn't talk much, but he gives orders to the class, like, okay. So he grabs Momo and Tetsuya. He's like, okay, so Bakugo, why don't you slow yourself down by using your explosions? Ida, well, you just do you at this point, because, you know, like, your whole quirk is meant to go faster. Like, you know what I mean. His whole man's quirk is to go faster. He tells Jiro to do the same thing as Ida. Like, everyone change their posture and just slide down the hill slower. Those who have, like, and he tells Tape Guy to keep everyone together. What else would there be? Tells Momo to make something, like, squishy so they don't get fucked up. You know, basically giving the team orders, and basically, like, telling them, like, okay, this is what you do, this is what you have to do, in order for us to fucking survive. I mean, to not be broken as hell. And upon getting down there, we all know what happens. Nothing but fighting. As in, they have to fight their way back to camp, which they do. And here's where the fun begins, is a cliffhanger, because I don't know what to do here. So, this will be a 0.5. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. You fucking thought. Yeah, like I was gonna leave a video off like that. You got me fucking tripping out here. So, anyway, I'm gonna continue. I bet you someone's gonna click off the video at that part, with not knowing that this shit is not over unless they look at it. They'll be like, damn, he really did end the video like that. Nah, I'm not. I mean, I probably will end up ending a video like that one good time, and that's it. But, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, after all that, they finally get to the camp. And they're met with, like, you know, the same bullshit. Koda would be mad at them, be mad at Heroes, but I'm gonna say Predator really wouldn't care much for it. But because he's like, you know, like, it's understandable. But at the same time, when Koda explained, like, why he hates heroes, he's like, you know, it's not the hero's fault, it's the villain's fault. Because your mom and dad did their job damn well. He even said that. Your mom and dad did their job damn well. And they were actually heroes. But it wasn't their fault that they died. It was the villain's fault because the villain killed them. So, yeah. So, yeah. Basically, like, they get there, and after the whole spiel, like, Koda understands it more, and he's like, And mind you, I know people think of, like, oh, he's a little kid. How the hell would he understand it that much? I'm like, well, here's the thing. It's my fucking story. And, I'm not about to spend, like, a whole 10 minutes at Deku trying to explain to a little kid that doesn't really get much shown in the show that fucking, like, that, you know, him wanting to be a hero isn't a bad thing and yada yada yada. We all know how that went. So, mind you, here comes the training for the week. Now, for the training, they basically say to everyone, like, everyone does the same things in canon, besides Predator. Basically, because, you know, they don't know what to do for him, they just tell him to fucking... Wait. Give me a second. They basically just tell him to do like, practice his hunting and everything, and get better at hunting and tracking. So, yeah, that's basically what they do during the week. And mind you, like, everything goes as canon besides the fact that Kota won't really run towards the mountain. So, you know, Muscular won't be in the mountains. Give me a second. Gotta think about something real quick. Matter of fact, not really. Basically, during, like, I'm gonna say it was a very stormy night, and yes, this is the original Predator scene, if anyone knows it. Like, it was a very dark and stormy night, and mind you, when shit like this happen, Predator gets up into many things. So, like, during this dark and stormy night, many things happen. A, Predator, like, is better at hunting and tracking. B, Dabi's fire is, like, less noticeable, but he still lights the forest on fire. And C, there's not really a C, because like they go towards the dorms first, and are beat back by the students and like teachers to the forest. And this explains why Bakugo is gonna get caught by Marble Guy early. So, mind you, he gets caught early, but they're like, okay, let's see if we can get that Predator kid while we're at it. And mind you, they're in the forest, so they're like, okay, he didn't help them out here, so he's probably in the forest. So Davi does, what Davi do. Dabba dabba doo. And that's light the forest on fire. And yes, I know it is raining. But, So, after that whole event, it's time for Predator to get to work. Now, mind you, Predator is sitting here like, okay, I'm about to just like... And Deku's mind isn't like, oh, I'm a hero. It's, oh, I'm hunting these bitches. And he does exactly that. You know that freaking boy, girl, whatever the fuck it is type thing? Dead. Like, he legit, like, caught her, like, sleeping on her job, pretty much. Basically, like, when... Sorry. Basically, what basically happened was, while she was searching for Predator, she let her guard down a bit. Basically, like, okay, he isn't probably like around. And when she went to sit down, just shot like, just straight like, he did her like Killua did that prisoner in Hunter x Hunter. Just got her heart and was like, huh, I never thought, hearts actually do look like that. So, yeah, he was like, this is how a heart look. He was like, well, no matter, and just puts it away. Like, he just puts it away. Like, he was like, that's a souvenir. And she's just sitting there, like, pretty much dead. Let's not be honest here. The tooth guy would come around the corner, try to sneak him, like, aha, found your ass. Predator was like, nope, found your ass. Breaks his teeth, and then kills him. And if you were trying to hear the scene, when he shoots the teeth at, Predator basically activates Ultra Instinct, dodges all of them, gets close, and basically puts, like, his, like, the wrist blade through his chest. And basically just leaves him there to, basically just die. He was like, you're a wanted criminal anyway, and a hell of a bounty, so, yeah, just stay there, I'm gonna be back in a bit. And the only thing that, and after that, I'm gonna say Predator searches and finds, like, everyone, the whole different villain group, including, like, and yes, Toga still falls for Predator, but it's mainly because of how he looks. He's covered in blood, and she thinks that's his, but it's, it's two people's, and then all of a sudden, like, when he gets to the group, Muscular comes out, and Muscular's like, oh, this one's mine. I'm a Debo the fuck out of him. No, he isn't. Predator's like, oh, okay, it's a big guy. And then he's analyzing it, and he's like, okay, so this is what he can probably do. So, mind you, as, like, he goes to swing, Predator, all he does is, like, go under and starts cutting up his arms. And I don't mean, like, he can just cut his arm off. He's basically just, like, cutting in, like, what I'm trying to say, right? He basically stabs in and cuts straight, basically, like, making his arms useless, and then he starts, like, dissecting him slowly from there on, and then kills him, like, in front of that whole group. Like, mind you, with this last cut, he cuts up, like, he puts his thing, but puts his fucking wrist blade through his chest, and then kicks him onto the ground. And then he basically starts walking towards Shigaraki in the group. And in that moment, Marble Guy and the fucking teleporting guy were like, yeah, no, I already got the person we needed. We thought we could get you, but yeah, I'm out, peace. And Deku's like, wait, what the fuck? What is he talking about? And then, classmates start running up, and they're like, hey, he got Bakugo. And that's where I'm gonna leave it off, because, yeah, we all know how Predator react. He'd be like, oh, shit. like, you know, he'd react like he'd be mad, but he wouldn't be like, no, or some shit like that. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it off here. New way of doing things. I just found a voice recorder, so I'm using that. Hopefully it's still recording as I've been talking this whole long. Yeah, it has been, so I'm kind of glad. It's a lot easier because I don't need to use like an app and then go to a different app. I can just use one app now. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. I'm extending it a little bit because I'm texting someone. And well, nothing much else. I think I was gonna do another one, but I'm not sure because I'd have to still download one to my drive and then bring it into a clip, then do that whole thing. So yeah, I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Yeah, peace. And yeah, sorry about being a week late.